Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving straight into a massive academic challenge, mastering the Cambridge IGCSE First Language Korean 0521 exam. If you're chasing that coveted Band 1 score, just being fluent in Korean isn't going to cut it. You need a rock-solid strategy. So we're going to break down exactly how to conquer this test from 3 totally different angles: the student, the teacher, and the parent. Here's our roadmap for today. We'll start with the secret to high scores, jump into student strategies for accuracy, look at teacher strategies for structure, cover parent strategies for support, and wrap it all up with the perfect score formula. Let's get right into it. Section 1, the secret to high scores in IGCSE Korean. To kick things off, we really need to get one fundamental truth straight. Nailing this exam isn't just about your ability to hold a conversation. It's literally all about mastering the precise grading criteria the examiners use. Let's break down how the marks are actually divided. Every single 350 to 500 word composition you write is judged strictly on 2 main pillars. You've got a maximum of 12 marks for style and accuracy and 13 marks for content and structure. That means your grammar, your punctuation, and how you vary your sentences, they are just as crucial as the ideas you're actually trying to communicate. You absolutely need both to grab that 25 out of 25. And the environment you'll be writing in is incredibly strict. We're talking 2 hours on the clock, black or dark blue pen only. No dictionaries, absolutely no correction fluid, and you even have to watch out so you don't accidentally write on the barcodes. It completely sets the stage for a high-pressure, zero safety net kind of test. So, knowing all these strict rules and the specific grading pillars, let's step into the shoes of the students. When that intimidating clock starts ticking, how do you actually survive this 120-minute gauntlet without completely panicking? That brings us to Section 2, Student Strategy for Accuracy and Execution. Okay, students, listen up. Your biggest enemy in that exam room isn't necessarily a lack of ideas. It's the clock and its technical errors. The absolute most important number you need to drill into your head right now is 60. You have 120 minutes total for paper 2, and you have to write 2 separate essays. Do the math, and that gives you exactly 60 minutes to craft one complete, sophisticated, and error-free essay of 350 to 500 words. It's intense, right? If you don't manage this 1 hour perfectly, the whole thing kind of falls apart. Here's exactly how you should structure that timeline. Out of those 60 minutes, you should never, ever skip the planning phase. Give yourself 5 to 10 minutes just to outline your logical steps. After that, spend about 45 minutes actually writing the body of your essay. And this is absolutely crucial. You have to leave the final 5 to 10 minutes to review and edit. That final stretch is where you're going to catch those devastating errors that can completely tank your grade. If you rush and skip that review step, you are throwing away easy points. The examiner's mark scheme explicitly calls out spelling errors, poor punctuation, and incorrect sentence separation. Just failing to separate your sentences properly will instantly drop your style and accuracy score down to a band 4. Oh, and whatever you do, respect the word limit. Under 350 words means your content is underdeveloped, and if you go over 500 words, that extra material might not even be looked at. All right, so we've got the survival basics down for the students. Let's pivot for a second and look at this exam through the eyes of the teachers guiding them. How do you push a student's writing from just, adequate to absolutely exceptional? Moving to Section 3, Teacher Strategy, focusing on structure and expression. Teachers, your main job with the 0521 syllabus is basically transformation. You are taking their everyday conversational Korean and molding it into highly structured, sophisticated academic writing. When you compare the grading tiers, the shift you need to make becomes pretty obvious. To get your students to that elite Band 1 level, you have to train them to drop those simple, repetitive sentences. A Band 4 essay just lists facts using basic words like and or but. But a Band 1 essay, that uses sophisticated syntax. You need to get them comfortable using complex clauses that show deep logical connections like contrast and cause and effect, all wrapped up in ambitious vocabulary. When you're prepping them for Section 1, the argumentative tasks, teach them to stick to a rigid 5-paragraph structure. We're talking an intro of 50 to 70 words, 3 distinct body stages of 80 to 100 words each, and a tight conclusion. Make sure you emphasize that every single stage has to link logically to the next. They need to be seamlessly dropping in logical connectors like therefore, on the other hand, and furthermore. I absolutely love this quote straight from the Cambridge mark scheme. It literally demands that students use sophisticated, complex sentences where appropriate, used to achieve particular effects. So teachers, get your students practicing sentences that actually combine multiple ideas. Have them connect a concession right into a strong counterargument in one fluid sentence, because that is exactly what the examiners want to see. Now, for Section 2, the descriptive and narrative tasks, the game plan totally changes. Guide your students way past basic visual storytelling. You've got to teach them to use multisensory imagery. Ask them, what does the scene smell like? What sounds are happening in the background? The sudden warmth of a rice bowl, or the smell of old paper. These tactile and olfactory details are what build a truly vivid atmosphere. And for the narratives, push them to use advanced literary devices like flashbacks and time lapses to create a much more complex structure. Okay, so we've seen the intense technical hurdles for the students and the structural goals for the teachers, but where do parents fit into all this? How can they actually make a tangible difference at home? Here is Section 4, Parent Strategy, covering understanding and support. Parents, your role is absolutely vital here, and it really starts with a shift in mindset. Understanding what this exam is actually testing is your child's secret weapon. It is so important to realize that this isn't just a test to see if your kid can chat in Korean at the dinner table. It's a highly rigorous assessment of academic writing. It tests whether they can craft complex, deeply reasoned, and completely error-free arguments under intense time limits, all without a dictionary. When you really grasp how difficult that is, you can provide the exact kind of support they need. So what does that support look like practically? First off, encourage a ton of reading. That's what builds the ambitious vocabulary the rubric demands. Second, help them run timed 60-minute writing practices at home. Recreate that exam room pressure so the pace becomes second nature to them. And finally, keep reminding them about proofreading. Make sure they know that catching just one stray punctuation mark could literally be the difference between a band 3 and a band 1. And that brings us to Section 5, the formula for a perfect Band 1 score. Let's pull all of these moving parts, the student, the teacher, and the parent, together into one ultimate strategy. Think about it like an equation. When the student's flawless time management, the teacher's sophisticated structural guidance, and the parent's solid home support all click together, a perfect 25 out of 25 score isn't just a dream, it's totally achievable. It's accuracy plus sophisticated structure plus strict time management equals Band 1. As exam day gets closer, keep this ultimate Band 1 checklist front and center. 1. Nail that 350 to 500 word sweet spot. 2. Ruthlessly edit out every single spelling or punctuation error. 3. Swap out the simple words for ambitious vocabulary. 4. Build strong, logical links between all your paragraphs. And 5. For those descriptive pieces, paint an unforgettable picture using multisensory details. I'm going to leave you with this thought to chew on as you prepare. Ask yourself, are you just walking into that room to write in Korean, or are you walking in there to execute a masterfully planned exam strategy? Take these insights, apply them, and watch your writing go from just good to absolutely exceptional.